One of the things that we see in neo-pagan practice when somebody starts working with a divine power is the establishment of a shrine or a personal working altar. I thought that we could take a look together at what this practice might involve, including looking at some ancient ways that shrines were established. Hello, beloveds. I'm Lorelei Black, and we're here to talk about Aphrodite, goddess work, and priestess studies. So if you're interested in that, let's jump right in. Why establish a shrine? A shrine gives us a centralized place to focus our practice, or at least part of our practice. It's a place to commune and make offerings to a deity. It's a place to feel the presence of the divine. Your shrine can be temporary or permanent depending on your access to the space and the other demands that are being made of that space. In a typical home, there are a handful of places that might be obvious to present themselves as spaces where you might like to establish your Aphrodite shrine. The first that comes to mind is the bedroom, to ignite passion and invite her blessings into your sex life. The second is actually the bathroom, to engage her aspects of cleansing and rebirth. And the third is the garden, to invoke her aspects of cultivating natural beauty. And if you're lucky enough to have access to outdoor water features like fountains, pools, spas, streams, lakes, rivers, the sea, those are all fantastic places to encounter and make offerings to Aphrodite. Those aren't typical spaces in a home though, so again, if you have access at all to those spaces, you may find that temporary shrines work best for you. What needs to be included in your Aphrodite shrine? From an ancient way of thinking, you must have an altar or a place to make sacrifice and offerings. This could be a designated flat or cupped stone, either outside or indoors, depending on where you're practicing. An incense altar works great, which could be a charcoal in a sand insulated fire safe vessel, or it could be a container with deep enough sand in it to hold incense sticks. I do not recommend glass and ceramic flower vases, chalices, cups of any kind, plates, figurines in outdoor spaces at all, because as a shrine keeper at multiple locations over the years, I have picked more than my fair share of glass out of sacred spaces. And that honestly doesn't feel very sacred. The work does, but not the way the offering is left. Glass and ceramic invariably get broken outside. And then you've just left litter and not a treasure. An icon is also a common feature of shrines. It could be a statue, large or small. It could also be a painting or picture as well. You could even print an image that you really like and tape or paste it onto one of the tall glass prayer candles, either for temporary outdoor use where you take it with you or for indoor use. Candles, incense, symbols like apples, hearts, doves, swans, roses, vessels of sacred waters. These are all great to include in your own personal Aphrodite shrine. Roses and other flowers are lovely and also tie into some distinct Aphrodite vibes. Red roses, anemones, violets, narcissus, lilies. These all have ancient connections to her myth and her imagery. So then the next question is, what should be done in order to establish the Aphrodite shrine? Ancient shrines and sacred spaces were usually sanctified through the act of sacrifice and specific religious consecration rituals. We can still use those techniques today, even though our sacrifices are most certainly going to be different. My advice is to sprinkle the area with water, burn an Aphrodite-related incense like myrrh or rose or amber, or even something that you blend. Read or recite a poem or hymn to her, like one of the ancient hymns written in the Sapphic or Homeric traditions, or something that you write yourself, special for the occasion. And then to make an offering, like honeyed wine poured onto the ground or into a dish, or jewels placed on her icon. As a bonus thought, notate for yourself the date that you established the shrine, if it is a permanent shrine. There are several festivals throughout the ancient world at different locales and in regard to different deities that honor the establishment and preservation of temples and sacred outdoor spaces, groves, and the like. And your sacred space is equally important to you in your practice. Honor it as an annual celebration and as a sacred cleansing and blessing day. Already established a shrine, but can't remember when that happened exactly? You can use August 19th, which is a date that is associated with a prominent wine festival in ancient Rome. But it also has connections to the establishment of a particular temple of Venus, in addition to its more obvious connections with the god of the vine. They were real close. And that's all I have to say about that for today. So let's talk in the comments about how you have established your shrine and what advice you would give on the matter. I'll see you in the next video for more goddess goodness. Bye.